Good morning, everyone. It's glad that you could join us today. This is going to be the Healthy Eating Working Group's update of the Wilco Wellness Alliance and some things that have been going on in the Healthy Eating Working Group. Today, I'm Ray Langlois, I'm the coalition coordinator of the Wilco Wellness Alliance, and I'm joined by Amanda Ibarra, who is a health educator and the staff support for the Healthy Eating Group from the Williamson Counties and Cities Health District. Also joined by Melissa Tun, who is the CHIP lead for the Health District and assistant analyst. We're recording this session today, and we'll have this posted on our website at healthywilliamsoncounty.org sometimes later this week. Our objectives today are for us to cover the top health priorities from the 2016 Community Health Assessment that was approved by our Board of Health. And then also the mid-year progress update for our Alliance, as well as our Healthy Eating Work Group, a community health improvement update overall, and then discussion, and then next steps. We can hang on one second. I need to check email. I think we have someone that's trying to get in. All right, so we have some more people that just had the opportunity to join us. We just started, so you really haven't missed anything. Here are the objectives that we're going to get started with today in our Healthy Eating meeting. Hopefully this will be a good start for us to launch into our next year, or to finish this year one of our Community Health Improvement Plan. So moving forward, I want to go ahead and speak a little bit about the top 5 health priorities and then how the Healthy Eating Group is aligned to that. We had the Community Health Assessment approved in 2016, and this is what we began to write our Community Health Improvement Plan from. This plan covered mental health, access to health care, awareness of health care resources, active living, and chronic disease. And our Healthy Eating Group has several areas that they are aligned with in the Community Health Improvement Plan, as well as in the Community Health Assessment. In the areas of awareness of healthcare resources, in the areas of chronic disease, there was direct alignment, and so those have been the focus areas as we've gone through this year. And now we're going to move to a mid-year progress update for the Alliance as well as the Healthy Eating Group. We've been very proud of the Alliance membership this year. It started out with about 510 members, and it's grown over 100 members to 614, and that's a 20% increase. We have about 170 organizations represented in the Alliance, and then in the Healthy Eating Group, we have 73 members that are currently in that group, which is one of our larger groups, a little bit above average, and we're also proud of the distribution and representation in all of our working groups within the Alliance. Our Healthy Eating Group has an average attendance of 14 members, and it's one of our largest attended groups. They meet every other month over at the Texas Agriculture Extension offices in Georgetown, and we've always had great representation. Our goal for meeting is to have 25% of the membership in attendance, and that would be approximately 20 people present, and the average has been 14 so far. So that's been a great goal to reach. Throughout all of our working groups, we have about 82 members who consistently represent 45 organizations that actively participate. Several of those members participate in more than one group and attend more than one meeting a month. Highlights for the Wilco Wellness Alliance this year has been that through our working group meetings as well as our summit that was held in April, we had over 23 presentations. This really fits our goal of being a learning community where we can teach each other about our organizations or about initiatives that are going on in our community. Also, speaking of our Alliance Summit, this was held last April. We had 102 community members attend the summit that represented 60 organizations. Our support staff has been very busy the last 6 months as well, attending 21 meetings of 8 outside coalitions. Those coalitions exist in Williamson County, and several of those coalitions are also coalitions located in Austin that work on initiatives in Central Texas. The support staff has also presented and trained many of our community members on various topics, such as the HealthyWilliamsonCounty.org website, our Community Health Assessment, Community Health Improvement Plan, tobacco referral system, and then on the Alliance as a whole as well. Another highlight that we would like to recognize is that we had the establishment of the West Wilco Community Resource Coalition. It was noticed as we went through the CHIP process that one of the places that didn't have an organized coalition for community resources was in our western part of the county, which includes the communities of Liberty Hill, Leander, and Cedar Park. What we noticed in that area is that there was a great desire for people to get together and share some of the common interests and understandings of the community in that area. And so we, as the Alliance, got together with Hill Country Community Ministries and partnered with them to sponsor an organization out there. We have a great deal of members that have joined us, with over 54 members representing 29 local agencies and nonprofits in that area. They meet monthly out at ACC to collaborate and network with each other in order to serve our community. This month, they're doing a webinar, just like the Healthy Eating Group, and then they will be off next month with a kickoff coming in September. If you're interested in joining that group or going to that meeting, we post those meetings in our monthly newsletter. Now I'm going to turn it over to Melissa, and she's going to talk to us about some data that's been collected from our website.
Thank you, Ray. So like Ray said, we've really been pushing the HealthyWilliamsonCounty.org as our one-stop shop for all things community health improvement, community resources, Wilco Wellness Alliance. And so you can see on the left side is users in the past 5 months, and on the right hand side is page views, and you can see compared to the blue line, which is in 2016, that our green line has really increased for both graphs. And over the past 5 months, actually, we've had over 2,500 users and over 11,000 page views for our website. as well as we've been really trying to increase our data on our website, and over the past 6 months, half of our data has been updated, and so we really want to make sure that our data is current, up to date, and relevant for all our users. For Aunt Bertha, which is the platform we use to search community resources, over the past 6 months, over 1,200 users have made about 6,000 searches, and that's about 200 users per month, and about 4 searches per user. And so, as you can see, the top 3 searches on Aunt Bertha was actually health, housing, and then food. And then I'm going to just kind of transition, talk briefly over the survey the Alliance pushed out at the beginning of June. A lot of the efforts this year, in the first year, or at least half year of the CHIP, has been to increase collaboration and networking among our members, and we really wanted to capture that, as well as solicit feedback over the services we've been providing and how we can further tailor services to our members. And so, if you mind clicking, right? So yeah, so about 48 members filled out the survey, and half of the members, about 25, are new members to our coalition, who have been Alliance members for 0 to 1 years, and then about half have been Alliance members from 2 to more than 5 years. And so we have a diversity of experience who kind of responded to our survey. And like I mentioned, many of the goals from all the working plans, from all the working groups, have been about increasing collaboration. And we know that many things happen outside of the working groups, and that's been our goal for the past 6 months, and we really wanted to capture that. And so we asked how many connections were made through Local Wellness Alliance activities, working group meetings, summit, trainings. And from left to right, there are 7 members that said that they weren't able to make any new connections through our meetings, and they actually told us that either they were new or they preferred more active networking opportunities. And that we have begun to push out more through our working group meetings, trying to make networking more engaging and being able to meet more new people. About half of the individual survey respondents said they made between 1 to 3 connections, which is awesome. And then 9 were able to make between 4 to 6, 2 from 7 to 9, and 3 for more than 10. And actually, through all these initiatives, or through all these connections, survey respondents said they were able to make 36 new initiatives and partnerships, which is an awesome number. And so I'm just going to go over some of the survey results and some of the individuals that responded. We thank you to those that responded, that they were able, specifically to healthy eating, Central Texas Food Bank, we collaborated with them to provide biometric screenings for their associates. We partnered with Brighter Days Food Pantry and Leander. Additional organizations that kind of showed up were Round Rock ISD Parent Group, Life Steps, Medical Commission and Home, Georgetown Head Start, Dell's Children. Additional healthy eating partnerships. As a healthy eating working group, I got to connect with Natalie from Cooking with Colors and learn about how her previous training with our organization helped her develop a new program and how that works. The food pantry programs that are located in the Cedar Park area through the resource group. Energy Balance is being reintroduced at Head Start with Kelly. Additional survey results for healthy eating, and it's really cool to see how healthy eating, there's been so many new initiatives and partnerships. WCACHD is providing nutrition education to older adults at Brighter Days Food Pantry, as well as WCCHD is offering diabetes education and opportunities for Williamson and Burnett County. We wanted to know kind of what the benefits that our members thought of healthywilliamsoncounty.org, and we've really been pushing out the calendar this year. Many individuals have through posting on our community calendar. And so the number one benefit they saw was the community event calendar, number 2, the health and population data, and 3, the working group and community group information. We asked survey respondents to rate kind of the service we've provided, and number 1 by far was networking collaboration. They saw that as very important service provided through the Local Wellness Alliance. Number 2 was learning about other agencies and organizations, and number 3 was the community health improvement process. We asked members how they kind of support the Alliance. We believe that it's a partnership between the Alliance and our members, and especially the organizations. Number 1 was event participation. Number 2 was through promotion of the Alliance, and number 3, the use of the community resources. So for the next, we kind of wanted to see how our members can continue to support the Alliance. And the first thing they said that was promoting the website more. 2 was continuing participation in the community health improvement process, specifically the Tron the Chip, and 3, promotion of the Alliance through presentation. Like I mentioned, we are really interested in continued feedback and how we can improve as an Alliance. And the first thing that survey respondents said was to continue to promote member activities, events, and outreach efforts, which we will continue to do through our newsletter, through the networking opportunities, through our work group meetings, the summit, and continued events in the future, to increase networking opportunities, and 3, seeking funding to support working group activities. And I'm going to give it back to Ray.
Thanks, Melissa. I think that was we had some really great input from our members, and that input is valuable to us because it allows us to make changes in what we're putting together. Now we want to talk about the Community Health Improvement Plan. And if you guys remember, when we came to you in January, we really started working on the action plans related to the Community Health Improvement Plan, the CHIP. And we wanted to give you some data related to that. All of this data can be found on the healthywilliamsoncounty.org website as well. So all of the working groups have started the process of looking at the strategies related to the objectives in the Community Health Improvement Plan. The Healthy Eating Group, and it's probably because you guys have had such great attendance at your meetings, already have 9 of the 12 strategies in progress that you were looking to initiate. The Health Improvement Plan is a 3-year process, and the fact that we've already got that start in the first 6 months is phenomenal. You have 3 strategies that haven't been started yet. I'm sure those will be some of the strategies that you look at today as we go along. Overall, one of the things we're proud of for all the working groups is that the working groups have initiated 64% of all the strategies that were fleshed out into the Health Improvement Plan. And we think that's a great start for the first 6 months. Now I'm going to turn it over to Amanda and let her talk to you a little bit about the Healthy Eating Action Plan.
All right, good morning, everyone. If you remember, the goal that we set for the Healthy Eating Working Group was to promote access to increase knowledge to healthy eating in Williamson County. And we have 3 objectives. So the first objective is to increase awareness of healthy eating resources by identifying and sharing best practices and resources in Williamson County. So 3 out of 4 strategies under this objective have already can be marked as in progress. And as far as identifying best practices and resources, we've had several guest speakers in this past year. In our March meeting, Natalie Vreeland, the horticulturalist for Williamson County and City's Health District, presented on the Heritage Community Garden, which is a community garden that she manages in Georgetown. And she also talked talked about a free nutrition, cooking, and gardening class called Let's Cook with Colors, and she facilitates this program as well as trains individuals to lead the program in the community. Then at our main meeting, Cassie Ferguson and Andrea Fonseca from Texas A&M AgriLife Extension presented on the Junior Master Gardener program. And we know that to date there are 17 elementary and middle schools in Williamson County that have a Junior Master program. So we know a lot about community gardens through these presentations, but we hope to have more presentations in the future that can help us identify best practices for farmers markets, grocery stores, corner stores, as well as child and adult care centers, schools, and restaurants. And then since our last meeting, we also did a presentation that focused on the food landscape as well as the resources that are available in the Georgetown area. So Grace Episcopal Church in Georgetown asked us if we could do a presentation giving them information about the food landscape and data for their area because they were creating a food ministry team and wanted to know how they could go about creating this initiative and helping to feed the hungry in their area. So in doing so, we begin to identify gaps and needs in the county food landscape, and this is also a presentation where we could replicate for other areas of the county. This kind of leads us into our second objective, which is to improve access to healthy foods by connecting families and individuals with community resources in Williamson County. So in early 2017, earlier this year, we also visited the Caring Place and learned a lot about their food assistance program. So this is extremely helpful, especially when we did our food and hunger presentation for Grace. And then since that presentation, we were also able to connect Grace Episcopal Church to the Southeast Georgetown Community Council, which is a community group focused on finding or creating solutions to the growing community of Georgetown. And one of their focus areas is access to healthy foods and nutrition education. So we have Grace Church, which is an organization that wants to help feed the hungry in Georgetown, and SEGCC, which is a group that knows the needs of the community. And so they are kind of connecting and going to figure out what it is that they can do in their area to help promote and increase access to healthy food. So again, this kind of falls under the second strategy for objective number 2, which is empowering community members and partners to collaborate and connect to one another and improve access to healthy food. And that meeting just took place yesterday evening, so I can see that that action strategy can be moved from not started to in progress. Another way that partners and community members can connect is through Aunt Bertha, which is the online resource guide where individuals can find programs and connect to services. And then lastly, we have objective number 3, which is to create impactful relationships with all professional and community organizations that provide healthy eating resources in Williamson County. So one of the things that we can think about is having representation from food banks or food ministry teams come to our healthy eating working groups. Or having members who represent community coalitions also come to our healthy eating work and give us some more information on what the needs of the individuals in their community are like. We've also created a partnership with the Austin Registered Dietitians Alliance and then helped them create their strategic plans, and we hope to see some of their members be a part of our working group in the future. We can definitely increase our knowledge and continue to share best and innovative practice with our group. Presentations have been a great way for us to share best practice, but it's not the only way. I believe it was in our May meeting where Ray and Melissa talked to us about Promising Practices, which is a tool that can be found on healthywilliamsoncounty.org. Another useful tool is the community calendar, in which we've been using to promote healthy eating opportunities. And the one action strategy for this objective that has not started is the last one, which is developing consistent messaging to promote healthy eating in the county. So one of the things a point that was brought up in the last meeting is we may want to think about and discuss what healthy eating really means. So defining what healthy eating is may be a good starting point in order to help us develop consistent messaging. Another thing too to consider is, are there guidelines in which we want to follow and support in our healthy eating messaging? For example, do we want to promote the USDA's My Plate or the American Diabetes Create Your Own Plate guidelines? So this is just something to think about as we move forward.
Awesome, Amanda. You certainly gave us food for thought. Okay. See, we have a question, so I'm going to look at that really quickly. And then if you would like to share something, you can unmute yourself and ask us a question. If you have an online question. I do see, yes, the PowerPoint. We will post the PowerPoint on healthywilliamsoncounty.org after the meeting. It gives us 24 hours. It takes us a little time to get that uploaded, but we should be able to do that. Does anyone else have a question? Okay, if you think of something, I'll show you our emails at the end, and you can email us. And Amanda gave us a great segue into next steps, and then just talking about the kinds of things that we can do from this point forward, and when we wrap up in December. So next steps for this group would be to continue to promote and use the community resources such as Aunt Bertha, the community calendar, Promising Practices on the healthywilliamsoncounty.org website. And something that you'll see in our next 3 meetings, starting with our kickoff meeting in September, is going to be starting to look at the updating our performance measures. So we have our objectives and our strategies in progress. What we need to do is start looking at how are we going to measure effectiveness of those and what differences are we making in our communities. Also, we're going to look to create a plan for improved member engagement in meetings. So this will be one of those kinds of meetings or activities where we ask who's not here and who would need to be here if we're going to try to move our initiatives forward. And then lastly, focus on moving all the CHIP strategies from not started to in progress status, and I think Amanda's already addressed that. So if you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas, and you want to email us or reach us, you can see that we have our emails on the screen of mine, Amanda's, and Melissa's, in case you have any questions for us. Our next meeting for the Healthy Eating Working Group will be in September. You guys will get notification of that via email, as well as the date will be on our August newsletter. So if there are no further questions, we're going to go ahead and close out. I'd like to thank Amanda doing a great job with presenting today and leading that group, and as well as Melissa